Hey everybody, Andrew Politis here from Expert Investor Academy. And today we're going to talk about 3 mistakes that you can make buying pre-construction. So pre-construction condos, pre-construction houses, anything pre-construction in real estate, 3 mistakes to avoid. So number 1, a high deposit structure. Some see this as a mistake, some really don't. They say, they don't mind putting their money out for a really long time. I see it as a mistake because the more money you put out, that's less money that can be working for you. So your money, if you think about it as like little soldiers, and you want those soldiers to go out and get prisoners and bring them back and have that money grow for you. If you put $100,000 into real estate, you got to have that $100,000 army come back with $200,000 or more. And so mistake number 1 is a high deposit. A lot of these pre-construction properties and builds and houses are asking for $80,000, $100,000 down. That builder then takes that money, uses that money to build, and now you're sitting out there for 3, 4, 5 years, and the builder is using your $100,000 interest free. If you had spent that on another investment, maybe something that's available right now, you would actually just start cash flowing and paying off the mortgage right away. So if you are buying pre-construction, try and get into something with a lower deposit. Okay. Mistake number 2. You didn't get in early. This is the biggest one. For sure, the biggest one. Getting in early, when you know the VIP events, if you can know a builder, if you can get on a list, anytime you can get in early, that's where the money is going to be saved, right? So the reality is, by the time it hits MLS and you see the giant billboards and everyone's talking about it, you've probably missed a lot of the equity. Especially if you're putting in the high deposit and just waiting, it's an equity play. You want to squeeze as much equity out of it as you possibly can. So talk to your local realtor, your coach, people you're working with in the real estate community. Get all the information you can about getting in early. Okay, so anytime you're investing in pre-construction, the key is to get in early. I was going to say if it's your own personal residence, it doesn't really matter, but even then you want personal or you want to get in early, right? If you're buying it for your own home, not as a rental property, you still want to get in early because you get prime pickings on the lots, locations, and finishes, right? Which brings us to the next one. So mistake number 3, poor finishes or poor finishing choices. Sometimes you put a huge deposit in, maybe you even do get in early, right? But you put in a large deposit, you get in early, and then you realize the finishes of this property, condo, or house are terrible. So it's either huge increases to do regular things like air conditioning. Who doesn't want air conditioning in the wintertime, right? Did you want an air conditioning? Okay, $10,000. A lot of builders are doing that kind of stuff, right? Basic, laminate countertops, and would you like a granite or a stone or a Caesar stone countertop? $20,000. A lot of times these finishes are where builders are trying to squeeze their extra profits out of. And truthfully, it's not fair. A good friend of mine, they bought a pre-construction home for themselves, and they were paying about $1 million for this home. And it was scraped hardwood flooring, and it came in a light maple color. That maple color, he wanted it in a dark chocolate. And the builder said, no problem, we'll stain it a chocolate color for you, but it's gonna be $20,000 more. This is not a joke. He said $20,000 more for this. So my friend said, you know what, leave it raw. Don't worry, I'll stain it myself. And the builder said, no thanks. It's $20,000 or we're staining it the light maple. The problem was it was a scraped hardwood, so he couldn't just have it stained maple, strip it, and then restain it himself. So he paid the $20,000 just for a color choice on his stairs. Okay, so these 3 mistakes, I hope they help you out. Come out to our next Lunch and Learn. We're going to be definitely talking about pre-construction stuff, so look forward to seeing you there.